Welcome to another episode of Garageaholics E36 N54 Swap. As you can see behind me, we have some painted parts. We need to reassemble those. Let's do some U-pole rhino liner installation on the bottom of the frame rails, and let's start working a little bit more on some engine rebuild before we throw this engine back in for final assembly. All right, let's see how everything turned out. Not so bad, actually. Color match is pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit brighter on newly painted surfaces compared to the fender. You know, this is a little bit more of an off-white. That's a little bit brighter, but I think that the color match should be fine. After we polish and wax the rest of the car up, we're going to end up doing a full detail on this when we're done, just to make sure that everything matches and looks good. I give myself a B+. Bumper I did take a little bit more time with in terms of detail because that's going to be the exposed surface that everybody's going to see. Hard to tell the reflections. No drips on the bumper. It does look pretty good though. I'm actually pretty impressed with the way the bumper turned out. Same thing for the grille. You can see me there. The grille actually looks pretty good. I'm going to use some. I like to use some black grills to see what my customer thinks. And of course the engine bay looks pretty good. A lot of good contrast in the engine bay. I was not happy about how this turned out. If you can see, there's like a yellowing of the clear coat when I put it over the seam sealer, and this is not the seam sealer that I use. This is the original seam sealer. In certain locations it did yellow out. Not really going to be too noticeable, but I'm still not a huge fan of it. Either way, try getting this is probably going to be a good angle, right? Not bad. So let's rebuild the bumper. Let's do our rhino liner on the inside. Let's just see where this goes. Focusing for just a couple of minutes on the grills. This one's half chrome, half black, and that's because there was some Elastor Wrap spray on the grill, so you really can just take it off with your thumb. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to paint these puppies black to match the decor of the rest of the car. Everything is basically black trim, so that's the plan here. So in working with both grills, I found out that one of them has a break in it. I was able to get all of the black Elastor Wrap off, and I'm ready to sand, but I don't want this to persist, so I need to fix it. How am I going to fix it? Well, we're going to use this Q-Bond quick adhesion powder and crazy glue. And basically what you do is you pour the powder on the back of the crack and then and the front, and then you put your crazy glue, and it hardens instantly, and it's sandable, and then we can do some body filler, sand it all down, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. It'll be a quick little get up. This is the powder. You just kind of pour the powder, right? Just like that. Let's try getting it in the location we want it. Pour the powder. Sift it around. Use your crazy glue. Blow it. Fixed. Let's do the top. Actually, I want to sand this down first. Let's do this side here. So use a little bit of powder. Right? Powder. Fixed. It's really strong. It's actually not going anywhere. But I'm going to sand this down. I'm going to put some more powder in there, and then Bondo. All right, we got U-pole, which is basically a multi-liner or rhino liner type material. It's a coating and a hardener. We're going to do a 3-to-1 mix into this, and we're going to tape the bottom edge, right? And then we're going to just paint it on with a paintbrush. And it's going to help to prevent any rust, and we're also going to rhino line the subframe as well, just to get it all nice and clean and prevent any additional rust from forming. So I'll do a time lapse of this and show you how it's done. All right, just about done here. All the black lower trim has been painted. It's just drying out now. I think it came out okay. I mean, I think it's going to be really good to help defend from rust down below. I do think that it, you're never going to see the black, so it's going to end up, you're going to see the white at the engine bay. But I do think it's an okay job, okay quality, but it will last. I think it will last, and I think it will serve its purpose, which is good. This is going to be a very brief part of the video, but I am going to replace the valve cover gasket on this. There's evidence of it leaking, as well as the oil filter gasket. That also needs to be replaced. I'm going to do that later. But for now, I'm going to do the valve cover gasket. I'm going to go into a time lapse for the valve cover and basically remove everything, reinstall the gasket, clean everything up, use a little bit of RTV, and then tighten everything back up. Take a look at where the valve cover gasket was sealing to the engine. Reveals a couple of locations where it could possibly have leaked. I do see here right above the exhaust headers there's a couple of locations there. Got pretty dirty. Some of the spark plugs are a little bit oily inside of there. Yeah, maybe in here. Looks like there's one in there. The rest of it looks pretty good. Engine looks pretty clean. Engine really does look clean. I mean, the guides look good. Everything looks pretty good. Now that the valve cover gasket is completely done, I can move on to the oil filter gasket. That's next, and that is a lot easier. that just about does it for us today on the E36 N54 project. As you can tell, we are scooting along here, making some good progress pretty fast. Within the next couple days, we're going to put the engine in, work on wiring, work on final assembly, and within a few days, I'm looking to do our first start. So we're very excited, very exciting time here for this swap, and I'm really looking forward to sharing all that with you. Like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.